Hari Om. Begin each day listening to the most auspicious sound in the universe. Yoga of Vision of the Divine Cosmic Form, Chapter 11, Shloka 1. Arjuna said, "By this word of the highest secret concerning the self, which you have spoken out of compassion towards me, my delusion is gone."
Chapter 11, Shloka 1. Arjuna uvacha madanugrahaya paramam guhyam atyatma sanjitam yatvayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama.
Chapter 11, Shloka 1. In the last chapter, Lord explained His immanence in all the individual objects of the world and His transcendence or expansion as a presence in all the names and forms. We have enough data to prove that the self is the substratum for the changing world. In this chapter, there is an attempt to supply to Arjuna with a practical demonstration that all the objects that exist are in the self. To see the mud essence in all the pots is relatively easy, as one has to simply train the eye to detect the mud as separate from the pot shape, but in a lump of mud, to see the presence of all pots, you need a special eye. Similarly, it is easy to detect the self in all the individual objects, but it is hard for a limited mortal being to recognize the whole universe in one reality, the self. What makes the things of the world exist separately from another? Physical structures are separate from each other. The factor that determines the physical existence of all things in the world is the same, yet we do not feel one with others. What separates us is the concept of space. In my arm, from the elbow to the wrist, there is certainly a sense of oneness, because there is no intervening space within the entire arm, while in my fingers there is the intervening space. If the concept of space is blotted out, then they will be all together as one whole. Similarly, if from the shapes and forms of the world, the concept of space is removed in our mind, then we will get an idea of the concept of the cosmic man. For example, if a toy maker makes different toys of wax and then changes his mind and decides to make something else with the same wax, he would bring together all the toys and squeeze them into a ball in which one would still be able to see parts of different toys in that ball of wax. After hearing the glories of the Lord, Arjuna's delusion is gone. Removal of delusion is not itself the acquisition of knowledge of the real. He has been trained to see the presence of the divinity in the perceptions of the world, but he has not received the experience of the unity in the diversity. He has no personal experience of the oneness of things and beings, which he has theoretically understood because of compassion of Lord Krishna. Learn more in the next shloka in the next video. To understand Gita, join Chinmaya Mission study group in your area. There are over 300 Chinmaya Mission centers in the world. Kindle Life is the first text prescribed in the scheme of study by Swami Chinmayananda himself. Watch Ranjod Kalra's videos on Kindle Life online. See this video clipping again and again till you can answer the following questions.